Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're about to find out what's the tea. Okay, I need to know what the tea is with this new Morphe 35G Bronze Goals palette. This is from their new bronze collection, and there has been so many mixed reviews on this palette that it is crazy. On the Ulta website, on YouTube, like there has just been so many mixed reviews on this palette, and I bought it when it first released on the Morphe website because I was too hyped about this palette. I love the packaging, and then the colors on the inside are just like, look at these colors, they are so pretty. Like, you can't deny that this is a really pretty palette. And so like I was hyped to get it, and then I don't know, it looked weird to me. Like, I don't know if you guys can see how the eyeshadows look, the way they're pressed in the pan. They were pressed weird, and I noticed that just when I first got the palette. I looked at it and I was like, these eyeshadows are pressed really weird. They don't look like a normal pressed eyeshadow. I haven't used it yet, I've only swatched it, but I've seen people using it, and like there's no pigmentation coming off on their brush, there's no pigmentation coming off on the swatches. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was disappointed in the swatches that I've done with this palette. I haven't used it on my eyes yet, but just the swatches of these shimmer shades, I was disappointed, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna let that deter me. I'm still gonna try and use it on my eyes. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, because I need to know. So I do not have a look in mine, but we're just gonna be winging it. And as you can see, I've already primed and set my eyelids, so I'm gonna bring y'all in closer so y'all can see everything that happens on these eyes. So it comes with this little card, this little sleeve or whatever with the names on it. I just tape mine to the top like I always do, so I don't have to deal with losing that. So all right, so the first shade we're gonna go into is going to be SPF right here. It's just a matte medium tan brown shade, and I'm going to be using my Morphe M504 for that shade, and I need a mirror. I'm gonna go in with Record Temps, which is this one right here. It's a really red toned type of shade, and I'm gonna use that one. This is a Morphe M502, and I'm gonna use that to build up my crease a little bit. And if my voice sounds weird, y'all, it's because St. Patty's Day weekend, it's been lit. So I lost my voice. I did a lot of yelling yesterday, so yeah, forgive me for sounding like a frog. So I'm just deepening up my crease with that shade Record Temps. And the mattes in here are good, like they're normal Morphe quality, like my 3502 quality and my 24G Grand Glam quality. These mattes are not, like, I'm not having an issue with these mattes. But it's these shimmers everybody keep complaining about. Well, I did see some reviews where people were complaining about the mattes as well, but it's mainly the shimmers. They're saying there's no color payoff. Okay, so for my outer corner, I'm gonna take the shade Heat Wave, which is this dark brown right here, and I'm gonna take that on a Morphe M433, which looks like that, and I'm just going to pat that into my outer corner. Yeah, even this deep brown is like really nice. That's a really pretty deep chocolate brown color. Okay, so now comes the moment of truth. Okay, so I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's like a rose gold peachy shade. It's called Hey Decay, and I'm gonna first try and put that on this NYX flat shader brush, and we just gonna see how it goes. That was one of the shades that I swatched because it was so pretty and I knew I wanted to use it, and it didn't swatch good. So let's just see what happens. Do you see how it's crumbling? I feel like they're dry, like the shadows are dry, like they're not, I don't know, they're not creamy or smooth. But I'm gonna try with my finger. So it picks up on my finger nice, but I know like not everyone wants to use their fingers. I mean, I don't even like using my finger a lot because it's not precise, but I feel like it's just because these eyeshadows are like dry. They're not the regular Morphe shimmer formula like in the Jack and Hill palette or the 350 palette. But I mean, this shade did go on my lid okay for it to be like dry, you know? Like I don't know what kind of formula they use and why it's different than their other palettes, but that's the only problem with these eyeshadows, is that they're dry for whatever reason. They're not like a normal eyeshadow consistency. Okay, so now I'm taking this shade Glare right here and I'm putting that on the inner half of my lid. But yeah, like I don't have a problem with working a little bit harder for my eyeshadows or whatever to look good. So that's why I'm not tripping. This color Glare isn't like as dry as the other ones. So now I'm gonna go into the shade Raise, and I'm gonna take that on my Morphe E19 brush, and I'm gonna put that on the inner corner of my eye. Move, baby. Just so I can show y'all another color from this palette and how pigmented it is. Or not pigmented, either one. Can you stop, baby? Okay, so that's what we got on the eyes. I mean, it's not anything super drastic, super dramatic, super intense, super metallic, or any of those things. But I mean, I feel like it is a nice eyeshadow look, and I didn't have to struggle with it too much. But so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my full face, put on eyelashes, put on eyeliner, all that stuff, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back with my full face done. Of course, I had to do a nude lip. I don't know who I am, but all I wear is nude lips. It is out of control. So we're gonna finish up the eyes. My baby got a hold of this palette and just anywho. So for under my eyes, I'm gonna mix Hey Vacay, which is the shade that I used on my lid. I'm gonna mix that and then this dark pink shade right here, which is called Hotness. I'm gonna mix those two together and run that along my lower lash line, and then I'm going to buff that out with what's the shade, SPF, and then Record Temps, which is the shades that I put in my crease. And then I'm also going to go back over that shade Raise that I put in my inner corner, because I feel like once I put my under eye concealer on, I kind of lost that shade a little bit. Oh yeah, and inside of my waterline, I used Urban Decay's Starfire liner. It came in a set for the holidays, but I put that on my inner waterline. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara, and then I'm going to come back to give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. Okay, you guys, so my final thoughts on this palette. So obviously this is not Morphe's normal formula. There was something different in production about this palette, which, you know, changed how their shimmers perform. The mattes in here are actually very decent. As you guys can see how they blended on my eyes, they were fine. They were like normal Morphe matte eyeshadows. They were not patchy, and they practically blended themselves out. They were really, really nice. But these shimmers are a completely different formula from what we're used to in like the Jaclyn Hill palettes or the Morphe 3502 or any of their other 35 palettes that they have. These were just dry, and I just feel like the formulation of these were different. With that being said though, for me personally, this palette was not unworkable, and I don't feel like I had that much problems with these eyeshadows. They weren't as pigmented as what I'm used to from Morphe, but you guys saw on camera that they did go on the eyes okay. You know, they were dry and a little bit crumbly. Like I said, I don't really have a problem with working a little bit harder with my eyeshadows. I just don't, and I know that's a personal preference for everybody. A lot of people don't want to use their fingers. A lot of people don't want to like scrape their brush in their eyeshadow and pack it on the lid. A lot of people don't want to have fallout. You know, it just is personal preference. But to me, I don't have a problem with this palette. Like, I mean, when I was swatching it, yeah, I was kind of iffy, but the way that they went on my eyes with a brush, also with my finger, I just don't have any issues with it. So I know a lot of people returned theirs. I know a lot of people said they're not gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I like these colors, and from the ones that I used on my eyes today, I just feel like I can make these work, and I could come up with some really, really nice looks in this palette. And then hopefully in the future, Morphe decides to reformulate this and come back out with it again, and it's better quality, because these colors are really nice and it really is a good palette. So yeah, that's just my take on it. To each his own. Don't get it if you don't feel like working a little bit harder with your eyeshadows, or if you don't feel like using your fingers and things like that. Just don't get it, pass on it, skip on it. I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna use it. Those are my thoughts. Oh, and by the way, I had the bronzer, did not use it. Like, you know what, maybe we can use it right now on my body, because it does say that it's a face and body bronzer. This is the Glamour Bronze in the shade Phenom, which is the darker color. So let's see if we can like bronze my chest. My chest is like really light compared to like my arms and my face. So let's see if we can bronze my chest. I'm using a Morphe M104. And like, let's just see what that does. Oh, that's pigmented. Yeah. Y'all can see the difference. This is definitely more red and like sun-kissed bronze, and it actually kind of matches my arm now as opposed to this side, which is just bare. So I know that this bronzer would work really, really nice on my face. Yep, most definitely. Okay, so the bronzer is actually nice. I haven't tried it on my face yet, but just on my body, it gave me a nice little sun-kissed look, and it's actually having me match the rest of my body, like my arms and stuff. So yeah, it does have a lot of kick up in the pan though, if you guys can see that. But yeah, I'll use this bronzer in my next video, which is gonna be my full face tutorial. But yeah, that is the end of this video. So please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below. Make sure you hit that bell notification so that you are notified every single time that I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.